We're feeling positive again and fitting in with the locals. There's still some noise outside of Castle, but most of the holiday partiers have left.
We've been getting lots of work done, and it's almost time for us to move to our next accommodation. Dario Galena is our new neighborhood, and we're enjoying exploring it. Unfortunately, our third home in Ziwa has a few letdowns in store.
So, this is an interview. How are you currently feeling?
I'm feeling okay because my temperature has come. I'm not sweating anymore, which is nice.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little bit curious for what the meaning of all of this is. And I'm fighting very hard feeling duped.
Yes.
And being promised, way over promised, way under delivered our current living quarters. But it is around 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, which means the sun is going down, and we're going to drop down below 30 degrees, and the sun isn't going to be blazing in my poor little eyes, and things are going to start to make a lot more sense.
Cheers to that.
Also, we're spoiled brats.
Yes.
Goldilocks isn't too far behind us yet. Our door is see-through and could be broken down by leaning on it. It is also sweating profusely. The bathroom is fine, but everything is covered in construction dust. We do enjoy the air conditioner very much. But there is no kitchen, and we were promised and are paying for it.
A few days later, our unit was finished being built, so we moved over. It's a great place to lie down. It does have a kitchen as promised, but there's no fridge.
Here we are, the luckiest Lost Boys Club in the world. Our time is coming to an end here. I mean, we could extend it, but we don't really want to live here indefinitely. I mean, we could live here for quite a while on a good budget and eat a lot of really nice food. But we're just having our conversation now regarding what's next, and we thought we'd, assuming anyone will watch this down the line, we would include you. So we don't have a fridge here, but we do have tequila, so cheers. To the next step, whatever it may be. Getting drunk at what time? It is 11 a.m. Always seems like a good idea.
Well, it's only Thursday.
Right.
And
You should drink out of cups like this, but you should drink mezcal. Anyway, enough fucking around. It's us. We can't help ourselves. I'm putting my drawing on hold. There. It's done. We started to look at flight prices to Comox, where our truck is, a couple weeks ago, and they were more expensive than we had anticipated. but flights to Vancouver are really reasonable, which is where we'll be spending. We have about 3 weeks of accommodation for free at our wonderful art director's home. But then what? So we originally had come here to figure out our visas for Portugal. A lot's changed since then. We have got a lot of work done, but we're not sure exactly how we want to approach it. Then we're going to go back and get it all lined up in the 3 weeks we're there. We do have other things to do there as well. But this is a conversation. What are we going to do? We're going to go back for 3 weeks, knowing that it's extremely expensive. Maybe we do some house sitting, maybe we do whatever. We're trying not to touch our nest egg. Or do we just buy a ticket to Portugal for March and see what we see? Because we don't even know if we want to live there. We don't know. We've never been there. Can we live like this indefinitely with the psychosis it breeds? So basically we are spoiled brats. I'm very aware that people watching obviously we're not going to put all this up, but any of this are going to be confused. Some people might be confused. But this isn't a vacation, you understand. This has been quite a while of pretty extreme budgeting, stress, not knowing where we go next, paying for a container full of our things, figuring out how we could ship them over. It's a lot in shifting from a Gulf island to Portugal, which you'd think we would have known that, but
It feels somewhat like life suspended in a wonderful way, but it is that because trying so hard to get somewhere. We just feel like we're completely on a path to that somewhere. This is part of the path, this is part of the journey, an incredible part of it, but it also does feel like life's suspended.
we're nowhere closer. We're nowhere closer to our goal. I mean, I think we probably are in a lot of ways, but we don't see those ways. And when you're seeking, we love traveling and we love trying new things. So this is really great because it's been a long time since we've done that. I'm gonna let this truck go by. Nope, there we go. So we haven't traveled a lot since COVID for obvious reasons, and then to those of you who've been with us on our whole video journey, we had Q, our dog, needed so much help for a long time, and that cut our travel expenses. In fact, I had to stop working at some point to take care of him, which maybe seems extreme, but it was zero regrets. But we didn't get to spend a lot of time traveling for a while, and then here we are back at it. So we love different things in traveling. What we're ultimately seeking is a space to build and grow, and it takes a little bit of the fun and shine out of being in a new spot every night, so to speak.
Trying to immigrate to a country we've never been to before, scary all on its own. It'll cost money. Similarly, it'll cost money for us to go and visit that country and explore it.
Yeah, but oddly enough, other than the ticket, which I think we can get quite cheap in March as well, we can sustain, from everything we've read, in Portugal way easier on the budget we have than we could in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
We basically need a free space to stay in Canada for our budget.
Which is a big thing.
Which is why we're here, is because it's cheaper here and warmer, and we knew we could find a comfortable place, and eating out, and the food here is incredible and you can afford it, and it's all really great. We can do, maybe not quite to the same extent, but we can do a similar thing in Portugal. It's cheaper than, which only adds to our maybe we were never meant to be in BC. You want to buy a ticket for around your birthday to go back to Vancouver for 3 weeks and then go to Portugal, or what?
I think so. I think either way we're going to go to Portugal sooner or later.
I mean, we could go down south, or we could go to Panama and see what they know. Maybe there's a place down there we want to buy. in endless possibility. What a wonderful, privileged place to be. But it comes with its own problems as well. Like sometimes you just want to know the answer. You want someone to tell you the answer instead of having to find it. And getting to find answers like we are is such a like, we're so blessed to be able to do it. But it's just interesting, the queries and quandaries it brings up.
Yeah, I think if you had asked other Neil a few years ago if he would like to potentially infinitely travel and explore and be warm and near the ocean and to carry on doing that, I think I would say yes.
We're thinking that we're going to be headed to Portugal sooner or later. We got to go check it out. The real estate prices are really good. We've gone as far as we really can vis-a-vis. It's whether we start the process in Vancouver or not for a D7 visa, if we can prove that we can get it to D7 visa. But either way, we do have to go to Portugal. It's an unanswered question that we need to answer, isn't it?
My little heart is saying yes to the free accommodation in Vancouver as a timeline. Firstly, to renew your passport, and then secondly, to make a decision on whether we try just go for the visa, because that's going to cost us money anyway, and then go to Portugal, and we can always change our minds if we were wrong.
Yeah, well, we can go for the visa
And we can
without hiring a lawyer and spending $8,000, which is what we were looking at doing. But I don't want to do that, I don't think, before going to Portugal, but I would apply for the D7 if it's like a couple $100, which I think is what it is.
It's more of a commitment than that. It's getting the bank account, putting a great deal of money into the bank account.
Right.
But I think we can do it in stages. I need to find it out.
We're going to go back to Vancouver and then we're going to go to Portugal. Cheers.
Cheers.
Can you get drunk off this much tequila?
Definitely. I'm drunk already.
Okay, great. Zihuatenejo is full of many interesting things. Calabaza, calabazita, pozole Thursday, pozole verde. More interesting than most are its roof dogs. Let's take a look. Video of our crude living quarters. It's dark in here, but it's a bathroom, you see. There's windows and an area to clean yourself. You've heard of them before. Oh, and we have this beautiful, beautiful Jesus candle to keep us connected. Namaste. Okay, then we have this wonderful closet. I wish I had my guitar because, as you can hear, the acoustics are quite nice. This is our kitchen area. We bought that light because there wasn't one here. But there's this lovely bit and some alcohol and some rice that I made and also some beans that I made. And I see some bugs flying right now. I don't really like that very much. We have a fridge. That's cool. Then there's a television and an air conditioning unit and Neil. And then there's also 2 beds, which is nice because we can really lay out. And you know, we've got a lot of candles for nice lighting and rocking the Mary Oliver poetry because it's just too good. Speaking of too good, the food of Mexico. seductive, vibrant, delicious. The majority of our meals we make and eat at home, but we've been eating out a lot because it's affordable to do so here.
The vegetables and fruits have so much flavor here because they are fresh. The fresh baked bolillos are delivered on foot every morning. Queso de Oaxaca by the kilogram. We are food rich. Shout out to Papa Loca, a fully loaded baked potato restaurant with an excellent mascot.
Observing and interacting with Zihua's countless dogs has filled and at times broken our hearts. Most of the street dogs are in reasonable shape. There are organizations that help control the population by spaying, and people feed them. At first, we found the sight of packs of them upsetting, but we grew to see that their lives, while short, are free and fun. We observe the locals and have started carrying dog food everywhere we go. It always comes in handy.
There are many cats too. We've been enjoying their antics and feeding them as well.
This one was particularly in need. I wanted to take her home with us in my fanny pack. We set her up with a couple of days' worth of food and water.
We have found some routine. We walk every morning, work in the afternoon, and we've started to draw daily. Usually in the early evenings, but sometimes we get up very early to go draw the boats in the marina before they leave to go fishing. Sketching is such a focused way to get to know a place.
to really study a view and decide its most important elements, what to include and what to leave out. It's a wonderful way to immerse yourself in an environment. This is a practice we are making time for here.
Just another day for you and me in tummy time, tummy time. Sometimes we get bogged down with the seriousness and weight of it all.
Sometimes I look for ants.
Something that gets us through everything is our playfulness. It can be like a superpower. Should we do it? We laugh through many of our woes and apply humor to lighten our stressful times. It helps to remind ourselves that life is short or long, whatever takes the pressure off that particular stress. Behind you.
Kitchen for a sweet or medium start. Because we just his little Mr. Batista. He likes orilla fiesta, and occasionally fiesta. He's come around to see if now you are in Cresta. He likes to eat hormiga at his fun fiesta. He wants to come around and be your amiga besta. No.
Are you ready?
I was born ready. Fregadero cansando. Take one.
That's it for the performance part of this morning.
He's very cross. A lot can change by having a laugh and looking at the situation from a different angle. If you have a problem, there's a perspective for that.
We also credit an open mind and curiosity for much of our found inspiration. We passed the Lectura de Carta daily at Casa Dos, so we decided to inquire about a reading in English. The seer said she had a friend who could read in English, so we made an appointment. We arrived as scheduled. The same woman was there, and her son was going to translate the reading. But his English turned out to be far more rudimentary than our Spanish.
Here we are.
At the lectura.
We recorded the reading and asked a local friend to translate for us. He said many things, one of which is that our future travel plans are to be free of trouble and successful. She also told Megan that there was a woman that she should be wary of and to bathe in cinnamon and mint for 3 days.
I did this. I figured it couldn't hurt. And I recommend it just for the aromatherapy. There were 2 crocodile attacks in the first 2 weeks we were in Zihuatenejo, and many croc sightings on the beach, which made it a little less appealing to us. I thought we already escaped this.
We need more.
Fortunately, we were getting lots of work done. And preparing for our big move to Portugal.
Nice, calm workplace. We really feel welcome in this neighborhood. On one of our exploration walks, we discovered a football game. As we entered the stadium, before we could even read the scene, we were gregariously invited to watch and stay. We did, and so started our new Sunday evening entertainment.
We're comfortable with the nooks and crannies of this town, and we've made some friends. We've even finally learned how to order a michelada.
We are comfortable here, and so it goes. It is time to leave. But it is not without a heavy heart. The soul of this place is deep and beautiful.
As we must move forward, we've decided to spend our last few days in the lap of luxury at Europa Beach. Finally, a pool! The air is different up here. What a great way to end these months.
Great success.
Oftentimes, things don't turn out the way you've planned them.
Sometimes there's a large detour or stops along the way. Sometimes your worst luck is actually the transportive push you need to get somewhere better.
Asiento en posición vertical. Regresa de servicio hacia
All we know is that we don't know much.
We are just trying to pay attention to the crumbs on the path. Hold on to our dream, but not so tightly that we cannot adapt. And have a laugh while we do this.
Yeah. 26507.
With my boys at Ziwa.
Ziwa.
Fucking Zanka style.
Zanka.
Zanka style.